top best steakhouses to go to in Kansas City. Where's the best steaks?
Oh my gosh. I just said it and I don't want to say it again.
Back by popular demand on the Millionaire Mentorship Podcast, we got Rebecca Burkhart through Beck Specs. We had you on the podcast last time. A lot of people really liked what you had to say. I invited you back. You came back. And we've got a lot of things that we want to jump into and get to. So first of all, how you been?
Doing all right. You know, just traveling, checking out Kansas City spots, hanging out with friends, family, and, you know, just staying busy.
So where have you been lately? Have you been anywhere since I don't even remember when you were here last.
Gosh, I don't even know.
6 months ago?
Okay, 6 months ago. Has it really been only 6 months? Only that long? I don't even know. Man, I've been to Florida a couple times. Florida is just a quick down and back kind of trip. Puerto Rico, went out there in February. Did the Angels Landing hike last, September?
Where's Angels Landing?
Out in Zion National Park. So
in Utah?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
So that's the one you have to climb up to the top of the hike, and then you have to have a specific permit that you win through the lottery to be able to go up that stent, because it is very narrow, very steep, and you have to use chain link fences to crawl up to the top. So that was pretty fun.
Were you scared?
I mean, not as scared as I've been on other trips, but I mean, hiking, you don't do too much of that in the Midwest. So it was different to check out. But Utah's beautiful, great hikes.
Yeah, I've been to Zion.
Yeah?
I don't know if I don't remember climbing a chain link fence and signing a waivers, but
Yeah.
I do remember my dog storming a picnic table, knocking over all their stuff by the water over there, and then flipping a hot dog into his mouth as he ran out of there.
I'd be like, that's not my dog. I found him I found him on the way out on this trip, and I picked him up out of Good Nature. That's not my dog.
Oh, I need to remember that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Lexi!
This wasn't my dog. I found him on the way on this trip.
I just named him.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. Yeah.
So, let's go through some of the top things to do in Kansas City. It's becoming a really trending area. Would you agree?
I totally agree. You know, I think we talked about this last time when I was on the podcast. My travel content was really just that. It was travel. It was out of country, out of Kansas City. It was just around the United States and global trips. I really didn't post too much about Kansas City until probably about a month or two before I went on your show,
right?
Actually, or your podcast. And Kansas City just popped out of nowhere. I mean, we've got large group chats of 30 plus influencers in Kansas City who share content, chit chat back and forth. There's
really?
a huge market of us. There really is.
Well, how do I get invited?
I'll easily connect you with any of these content creators.
We've got chat? How do I get in the group chat?
Huge group chat. I mean, I think there's one where there's 30 of us. There's another one where there's like 20 of us, and it's just different markets. You're talking Kansas City mom-based influencers who are talking about all the parks in Kansas City, all of the libraries, the cool places to check out and bring your kids, whereas my market may be more of like fun things to go do, bars, maybe new restaurants, hip-hop, new underground places. So that might be a different conversation with different people. But, you know, it's been fun meeting different influencers in the Kansas City area and watching it grow.
How did you get into that? I've never heard of it. Nobody's ever talked about group chats. I feel like I got FOMO right now.
No, really. There's a lot of them I'm not even involved in too. So, you know, there's FOMO on lots of different angles there. But yeah, the group chats, I mean, a lot of the Kansas City influencers here, whenever we post, we really are just trying to help the businesses out. And if that means we say, hey, girls, like we just posted this morning. Does anybody want to like maybe take a look at it, comment, maybe go help this business out? And that's kind of how we use the channel for it. A lot of it too is some of the girls are really good with like LTK, like selling clothes or selling products, like specific apps that you can work with through Instagram.
What's
or TikTok.
LTK?
It's like a clothes. You can buy clothes, like shop accessories and clothes, which that's not my venue yet, but it's been fun learning.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, it's been fun kind of learning about it. I'm very like, I like to say like kind of country hip hop style. Like I'll wear ripped clothes, but I'll wear like the cowgirl Western wear a little bit. So who knows? Maybe we'll get into the clothes while traveling space. But
I see your style developing is what I see. Like it's just since we talked last.
Yep.
That's so cool. So you're starting to really kind of come into your own, and it takes a little bit with that with social media, because I feel like in the beginning,
Yeah.
like you don't know what you're doing. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
I maybe you did, but for me, I was like, all right, well, I gotta do trending topics. I gotta talk about stuff I don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I switched. I'm like, I don't care if it works or not. I'm just going after what I like to talk about.
Yeah.
Your stuff, like every time I see your stuff on your feed come up, Rebecca, I'm like, that looks so good. Like you are such a good storyteller.
That's good.
Like in terms of like the nachos coming into your mouth, the pizza or whatever. It's just like, oh, I'm hungry right now. I want to eat.
Good.
Can we transition into like some food topics?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, well, before I get in there, I wrote a bunch of questions, and there are two things I want to hit on first.
Okay.
You know, we got a little bit of hate last time for whatever reason. People are nasty on social media. How do you deal with it?
You know, I think it's just one of those things. Somebody said once, if you don't have haters or people talking about you, then you're not being seen. So my philosophy on it is if I make a video where I'm helping a business and that business is getting hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for me sharing it, I don't care if someone's going to talk about the way that I dress, the way that I look, the way that my hair is, if my fingernails aren't done. I had somebody comment that I wore the same outfit 2 times in 2 months. I'm like, who even pays attention to that stuff? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff, but to me, it's like you take it or you just shouldn't be in the field of posting on social media. You know what I mean? Like, people. The way I like to think about it, people are bored. I'm bored too. I classify in that situation. Like, we're not going to sit there and maybe watch 2-hour, 3-hour long movies anymore, like shows all the time. We need stuff to look at and look like constantly be scrolling. Our attention spans are like short. We just need stuff to stay on our feed. And if I keep posting stuff out there and I get maybe 2 hateful comments out of the 20 videos I post, it's water under the bridge.
Yeah, and it's really hard with your stuff to even get hate because it's just people that are being nasty because you're not talking about anything controversial. You're just talking about
just chit-chatting.
Just chit-chatting about barbecue or this cool place to eat or this cool food. Let's go through a couple other things that just happened in Kansas City recently. So, big vote happened with the Royals Stadium.
Yep.
And you know, the people voted. It was a resounding no.
Yeah.
My question for you is, did you want to see that happen?
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a good question. You know, it's obviously very controversial. I mean, everybody's kind of going back and forth on whether they wanted it or not. I'll tell you, maybe more of the influencer space was kind of more on maybe not so much taking down as many businesses as there were, just because we had to spend a lot of time and energy kind of building them up and like networked with a lot of these business owners and wanted to keep their businesses there. I, on the other hand, I'm a little bit more of like a business-minded person. I went to school for marketing. I got my master's in marketing now too. So I would have liked to see, you know, the stadium maybe move a little bit closer to the city. I've been to a lot of different baseball games. I'm huge into sports. I'm on an adult softball rec league and adult sand volleyball league.
Awesome.
So I love sports. I like to stay active, but I would have loved to see a stadium somewhat closer to downtown and kind of have that downtown go Kansas City vibe. You know, you got tons of hotels, tons of restaurants to stay at whenever the game is going on, even when the game's not going on. But I'm hit or miss. I didn't go to school for politics. I went to school for marketing. So I'm, you know, if they want to move it closer to downtown, fantastic. I think it'll be great for businesses. Yeah.
Do you want to hear one thing interesting about that?
Yeah, I'd love to.
So my attorney here locally used to work for the city of Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And he told me 16 years ago, he condemned the whole East Village for the Royals. So all of those parking spaces that are on the East Village where they were originally going to plan it, they condemned it 16 years ago for the Royals. Yeah. So I agree. Like, their planning for that crossroads was stupid. Mm-hmm. Just plain stupid. And I would have voted for it because I want to see it happen downtown just like you. Right. But why do you got to go destroy businesses when you have a 16-year plan that you never executed on? Yes. And then the other thing is when I look at like the whole picture and like, okay, so people are mad like, oh, they're going to have to do condemnation. They're going to have to take people's properties. Yeah. You've got the Charles Wheeler Airport, Executive Airport.
Oh, yeah, there. Right there.
It's owned by City of Kansas City. Highest and best use. Put them all right there. Yeah. I'm just going to keep putting that out there because I want to see that happen.
That's fine. Someone will hear it. Someone will hear it.
And maybe my dreams will come true. Okay, so let's go into the probably the number one thing that people want to know about Kansas City if they're coming here. Top 5 barbecue spots.
Okay. Ooh, top 5. All right. Yeah, you nailed it. Kansas City's known for barbecue. We touched on it. I travel quite a bit, so I like to eat at barbecue places. I'm a little bit biased when I do go out to eat abroad and they have barbecue places. I'm like, how good is this actually going to be?
Yeah.
I do have to give the number 1 slot to a really good pal of mine. He owns the business. Is Teddy. He owns Buck Tui Barbecue.
Okay.
I love Buck Tui Barbecue. I think it's obviously very well known in Kansas City, but to me, I still feel like it's kind of a hole in a wall because it doesn't have maybe that bigger brand name of Jack Stack or Joe's or Arthur Bryant's. It's a very down home, good barbecue place to check out. The ownership is great. Again, Teddy, he'll come up to your table and he'll chit chat with you, ask you how the meal is going. He works with a lot of Kansas City influencers too. He threw us a Christmas party, which was really fun. So
that's awesome.
Buck Tui Barbecue, it's super good. They even have like infused barbecue, Kansas City barbecue meats, Thai dishes too. Okay. So a little bit of a mix.
Nice.
Really good. I like that spot. The next one is Slaps. Everybody talks about Slaps. I mean,
for me, that's number 1 for me.
I know. Yeah, I'm like Slaps is number 2, I guess, just because I do have a soft spot for Buck Tui Barbecue, but Slaps easily one of the best.
Buck Tui.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's good.
The only same thing was with Buck Tui. I got that relationship with Slaps because they are partners in that bridge that I invested in, and they served a lot of the food there, and So I'm gonna try Buck Tui.
Okay.
So you like Slaps is number 2?
Slaps is really, really good. Number 3, I like Joe's. You got to give a shout out to Joe's. Joe's just a classic. You can go check it out at the gas
100%.
station. Like a lot of people will think when you think of like barbecue in Kansas City, some perfect dining or perfect restaurant, like you can just go to a gas station and get Joe's barbecue, and it's easily the best thing that you'll ever get.
Yes.
Definitely Joe's. I guess number 4, I listed this spot off last time and I'm going to list it off again, but I love BB's Lawn Side.
Okay.
It's got live music. Sometimes they've got like rock or jazz out there. It's kind of a biker barbecue joint.
Where's it at?
It's kind of past the Waldo neighborhood. So I have a house in the Waldo neighborhood. I'm big into hopefully being into investments too one of these days with houses, but got a house down in Waldo.
We have a mentorship program.
There you go. Millionaire mentorship.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
But yeah, so I've got a house out there in Waldo, and it's a few blocks down. It's a really good spot again. Biker barbecue. You can get a Sunday barbecue in a mason jar. So I think I said it last time. You got your beans, your coleslaw, your pulled pork, and a pickle spear right at the top. It's delicious. So number 4, definitely BB's, and then the last one, LC's. LC's is kind of a hole in a wall too. It's kind of close-ish to BB's Lawn Side. Very small. It's not maybe one that you're going to go in and sit down and have a great meal like with the family. It is maybe you go in there and you grab some of the best burnt ends and head out and you go home and enjoy it with family. So
cool. So let me go through some ones that we didn't talk about, and I'm going to tell you my opinion. I'd love to hear yours.
Okay, let's go.
So first one, I don't think you mentioned, was right by Lydia's over there. The big one, Jack Stack.
Jack Stack. Oh yeah. Yep. Huge.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
So the chain.
Yeah.
The other one that I hear a lot of is Q39.
Yep.
I think that's one that I recommend just because I always go there. But I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
A little pricey. Gates.
Gates is good. Yeah. Gates is different. You know, it's not your sit down and order off the menu place either. You just, you walk up and you order when you're in line and you get it and you walk back and you sit down. I like Gates. It's good.
Gates is confusing.
It is.
I've been there 10 times. I still don't know how to order.
I still feel like I'm like, where do I go? Where do I go? I'm like, I know I'm blonde here, but like, somebody give me some like arrows or directions. Yeah, no, I totally get it.
Yeah.
It's so good you can get the barbecue sauce on the shelves. So.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, Gates, that's great. Okay, cool. Another question I want to ask you: best date spots. You're single?
I am single. Yeah.
Are you single, looking ready to mingle?
Single and mingling, yeah.
Okay, so where are you mingling at these days?
Where are we mingling at these days? It kind of depends on what you're interested in, what your hobbies are. I kind of mentioned it. I'm huge into sports. I played golf in high school, which is hilarious because I'm not athletic. So this new venture of doing sports is definitely new for me. But KC Crew is huge in Kansas City. They have every single game under the stars. They even have like networking events which you can go to. There's like singles and professional networking. I'm
KC
on
Crew?
KC Crew. Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
KC Crew, I started it 5 seasons ago, and I joined a sand volleyball team with 7 random people. Didn't know any of them, and we're all best friends. We're now on our 5th season, and we start next Tuesday.
So it's like are you rowing? Are you doing crew?
No, we're like sand volleyball. So
okay.
KC Crew is the name of it, and there's different leagues that you can play.
Okay.
So sand volleyball, I started that team, and there were 7 of us, all single when we started. So
Are they all single women?
Boys and girls, it's co-ed.
Oh, it's
so
co-ed.
It's co-ed. So there's 8 of us, all single. There's adult softball. I'm on a team with 11 other people to mix, again, of boys and
You
girls,
look like
single
a pitcher.
too.
Are you a pitcher?
I am a pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can show you my huge bruise on a podcast, but maybe after.
Yeah, do it. Show it. Put it right up on
I'm
here.
the pitcher on the KC Crew team, and definitely should have used my glove to catch the ball.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
Yeah, definitely should have.
Yeah, 100%.
You should definitely use your glove instead of your leg to catch a ball
Now,
after you pitch it.
question. Don't take offense to this.
That's all right.
Did you cry?
No,
I like that.
I grew up on a farm. We talked about this last time.
Yeah, I
So
do
to
remember.
me, I'm like, I'm not about ready to cry or be a baby in front of all these people. So it's like, I'm good. Let's go. Ball back. And like, it's like we're good.
Secretly inside, you're like,
I'm actually dying, but like I'm not gonna let this dude have the win of me being hurt. So it's like it's fine, we're good, let's keep going. But yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kept
tough.
playing.
So you took a pitch, or you pitched and it came right back at you?
Yeah. As my dad should have said, that's what the glove is for. But I didn't use it that time.
Shout out, Dad.
Yes, I didn't use it that time. But yeah, so I guess singles meetup, even if you're not athletic and you're just trying to get into like sports, I think KC Crew is a great way to meet people. And plus you get to meet people more than just a single date. Like you're not just sitting there having a one-on-one conversation, just like, what, the weather's really nice. What do you do for work? Like just stuff like that. You're out there actually having fun and getting to know people. And even if the people on your team aren't single, they might have some friends that show up. You never know.
Yeah. Keep an open mind.
You never know. You never know. KC Crew, I think, is great. That might be more for people that like want to go out and be more athletic. I think coffee shops are very successful in Kansas City. I think if you just go sit up at a bar area at a coffee shop and not a singular table, I've had a lot of people just come up and start chit-chatting with me, ironically. So Thou Mayest, great spot. Giving a shout out. If you're single, sit up at the bar.
This is a coffee place?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Thou Mayest. It's in the River Market. I swear.
Was it the one that looks like a bus?
That one is Pilgrim House Coffee, or Pilgrim Coffee House. But yeah, that one too. Any coffee shop with a bar area, Mildred's is also a great spot.
Oh, Mildred's is my spot. Right up there in Baltimore,
yeah,
and then a Wyandotte.
Yes, yeah, I'm like Mildred's is always popping. There's always people sitting up there by themselves. I think coffee shops are a great place to meet people too, weirdly enough, in Kansas City. We talked about KC Crew again. That's my big spot. We talked about definitely the coffee shops. I think too, a lot of it's just kind of going out with your friends, like just going out to different bars.
What if you don't have any friends?
Here's the thing. If you don't have any friends and you're still single, you kind of got to put yourself out there. One thing that I learned, I travel a lot for work and for personal, but when I travel for work, most of the time I'm by myself. It doesn't bother me at all to go sit up at a restaurant, up at the bar area, or even at a table by myself. It doesn't bother me. Now, for some people, that's kind of a lot. Like, if you don't have any friends or anything to really keep you occupied when you're sitting up at a place by yourself, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. But I think that if you just put yourself out there, go sit up if you like Mexican food, go sit at a Mexican restaurant, sit there by yourself. You don't have to piddle on your phone. Look around. Guarantee you're going to see somebody looking at you too. Like sometimes you just kind of have to just go outside of your box and just do things, you know?
Well, I think that the one thing that the guy said is, and I will say that this is, as a guy who was pretty successful in the dating scene back when I dated, is 90% of the reason that people fail in dating is because they don't approach. They think about it all day.
They're waiting.
They see some girl at a coffee shop. They watch her. They think about approaching her, and then they'll watch her leave.
And then they go home. They think, man, I really wish I would have just gone up and talked to that girl at the coffee shop. And guarantee you, she's probably sitting at home thinking, I wish that guy I made eye contact would have came up and said hi to me. Just people aren't approaching anybody anymore. And I don't know if it was maybe COVID or maybe the technological realm kind of took over that, but people really aren't just going up and approaching anybody anymore. But who knows? Maybe that'll change soon.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Make sure you give us a 5-star review. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this podcast with a friend. And make sure that you schedule a call with me and my team. We have the Millionaire Mentorship Program. This is for newbie and advanced investors to get started investing in real estate. And if you're listening to this podcast right now, that's exactly what you want, right? You want to learn how to invest in real estate. It's changed my life. It can change your life. And we have a program that'll help you get your first or next investment property within the next 90 days, or I'll pay you $1,000 cash and you don't pay. Guess what else we're launching? We're launching a fund. And if you're interested, I'll include a link in my bio to this fund where you can actually invest with me on a lot of the properties that we're in. In fact, I'm in one of my properties right now in downtown Kansas City, in a building that I bought using my own money, but I started with just one property, and you can do the exact same thing that I did, but you got to get started. You got to take action. So whether you want to invest with me in my fund or whether you want to schedule a call with my team, both those links are in the bio. Enjoy the show. Give us a 5-star review. Gaming places.
Gaming.
Okay. I've seen you in axe throwing and stuff like that. Is that what you're referring to, or what are we talking about when it comes to gaming?
Yeah, gaming. Just some ideas for people in Kansas City to do. I think a lot of the times people with the Midwest think that there's not a lot to do, and really you just have to kind of make your own fun. We do have trails. We do have things to go and do, but it's not like we're in Colorado where we're just going to pick a specific mountain and go hike it that day. Like, we have certain things that you have to go out and find and explore and do to have a little bit of fun. So in Kansas City, they have a lot of gaming spots, a ton of gaming spots, more than you'd actually think.
I don't know of any, so.
Yeah, I'm like, a lot of gaming spots. Up, down, really fun. Arcade games. They've got pizza there too.
Okay.
We've got Breakthrough, which everyone knows about that one too. I feel like I don't
know about that one either.
You got the wristband, and you can go into 31 interactive different gaming rooms, and they're different skills. Like, maybe you'll go in there and you have to shoot basketballs in under 30 seconds and see how many you make.
Where's that at?
Overland Park. It's kind of out there a little bit, but
is it in like the hills, like in the underground?
No, it's not underground.
Okay.
No, but Breakthrough, yeah, it's 31 different rooms. Some of them are mental, some of them are more strength based.
Okay.
There's tons of indoor putting places. You got Craft Putt, which is also in Overland Park. You have Puttery KC, which is downtown or in the Plaza area.
Okay.
Puttery KC. What's it called? Blade Runner. That's you throw the axes. That's also downtown. There's
That's
just
right
lots
around here somewhere.
Yes,
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm like, there's so many different gaming spots in Kansas City. You'd be surprised. A lot to keep you busy.
You know, and one thing, let's just be clear. I lived in Las Vegas for the last 15 years. Before that, I lived in Seattle for 28 years. There is as much to do here as there is in Las Vegas. And the only difference is you're going to do it outside more and less, because in Vegas, yes, you have mountains to hike. I've done all of them up there. And yes, you have like a ton of restaurants and a ton of casinos. But after that, what have you got?
Yeah.
I mean, there's skiing, but that's a pretty crappy mountain. So I would say that, you know, there's as much to do out here as anywhere else. It's just what you make of it. So, yeah. And then from Washington State, half the time it's raining.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've been asked that a lot. You know, I graduated from college back in 2017, and a lot of people have asked me, you know, why haven't I moved anywhere else or gone and done really anything else? And I had an internship in Seattle, loved the area. It did rain every single day. I don't care if it's 30 minutes, 2 hours, 8 hours.
Did we talk about that last time?
Maybe.
Where in Seattle were you living?
Renton, Washington. I was out
I grew up in Renton, 98056.
Yeah, I was out working at Boeing. So I was...
okay, the Landing.
Yes, yeah.
So the Landing was a real estate play. That place was nothing, okay? Zero.
When I was out there, it was...
Oh, I know exactly. Yeah. I know what it is now. Ivers, Kid Valley, those are my favorite spots.
Yeah.
So that whole... I don't think we talked about this. Okay. Because that whole area where you're talking about... that was where Boeing assembled their planes.
That was cool.
Yeah, like that was all empty. In fact, when I graduated from college, I worked at the Fry's in addition to working at my radio gig selling cameras for like 2 weeks. But that was the first development they did. And then they did the Bristol, which is right at Jean Coulon Park, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah.
So that was the first apartment building down there. They didn't even have the landing. That landing started about 15 years ago, 16 years ago. So that's all pretty brand new.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now they got a Topgolf right down there now?
That when I went there, it was a little different.
What were you doing out there?
I was interning up at Boeing. I was on the supply chain team, so I was trying to.
That's right. You're super smart too.
I'm like sometimes.
Mechanical engineer or something like that.
I'm in software. I'm an integration architect, so just making sure
Can we go down? Can we just completely go off of food now and talk software a little bit?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what does your day-to-day look like?
My day-to-day, I work at Oracle as an integration architect. So Oracle is one of the world's largest software companies.
Love Larry Ellison.
Yeah. So I work more on the healthcare software realm. Maybe eventually I'll move more into the sales space. We're just seeing where their career takes off from here. But
so do you design software, program software?
So my new role, this role I've been in for over about a year and a half now, is more of the project management role. Before that, I was on the side where I was designing the application. So the software would come built, but I would design it based on the meetings with the client. So I'd go out there and I would build it or code it in a specific way that met their requirements or their needs. Now my job is integration architect. So let's say that you're building a software that I was building originally and someone else is building a separate application. It's like they should be talking, but if they're not talking, I have to help figure out why they're not talking. So integration architect, that's where I come into play.
Man, we could talk about some software things because we have got lots of software problems that we're always trying to solve here. If you ever take any side work, I would love to have you take a look at it. We do a lot of sales funnels, if you're familiar with what sales funnels are. I know Oracle has Salesforce, but we do like a lot of the funneling, and the software that we use a lot is Go High Level.
Okay.
If you're familiar with that.
Yeah, it does sound very familiar. Yeah.
Yes, but that's cool that you went to school for that. That's where the world's going. Okay, jumping back, top Thai food in Kansas City. I know it's pretty lacking, to be honest with you.
Yeah. There's some good ones. Kansas City is not known for just barbecue. We've got a lot of different diversity and lots of different cuisines here. Thai food, I have to give a shout out to Waldo Thai. I live in the Waldo area, so to me it's not that far. They're opened for lunch now, so they're introducing a lunch menu. So the woman who owns it, her name is Pam. She's married to Teddy, who owns Buck Tui Barbecue. So those two,
nepotism going on there.
Yeah, we've got Waldo Thai with the wife, and we've got Buck Tui Barbecue with the husband. They're also the same people who opened up Mooney, which is in the River Market. Okay. So they've got they're doing great things for the Kansas City area. Great couple. Waldo Thai, delicious. You have to try the dumplings. The ginger sauce with the dumplings are just the absolute best.
Awesome.
Next up, bamboo pennies. Everybody talks about bamboo pennies. I feel like it's.
I'm like, where's that?
And like bamboo pennies is good too. I think it's out in like the Lenexa OP area. Once I leave my Waldo area, the places get meshed a little bit, but. That place is very, very good. Lemongrass Thai is also very good. And then Bear Me Thai. Bear Me Thai is in the Crossroads, so pretty...
I haven't even heard of that. I'm going to have to hit that place up.
It's good. It's got the windows that open up, so you can sit inside. But then if it's nice outside, you've got the windows open. So that's pretty cool. Okay,
cool. Awesome. Thanks for that. I'm going to check out some of those places. Italian,
okay.
My favorite food.
My favorite, Farina. Farina's downtown.
Okay.
I've only been there one time. Definitely need to go back, but it definitely...
Highly rated.
Yeah, it stole the show for me. I thought it was great. Downtown, I think downtown needs a little bit more people going down there and checking out the businesses. I think the parking sometimes makes it daunting for folks to come and check out the spaces, but the restaurants are great. The businesses are awesome. But Farina, definitely number one for me. Lydia's number two. Got to talk about Lydia's. I am a huge fan of the 3 pasta meal where they can just come out and flop more on your plate. Huge into that one. Vabine. It's out in, I think, like the Prairie Village area.
Okay.
I went out there. They had me out there to get some videos of the place and the pasta, the salad, the wine. Great. All very good. Yeah.
Okay.
I think those are the 3.
Have you been to Garrazzo's?
I have been there. You know, I didn't even list that as one, but I really do like it. It's good.
Let me tell you a little tip that you're going to have to do the next time you go there. So we do at all of our masterminds, or for the last 2 masterminds, we take all of our speakers out to Garrazzo's, and we just happen to get lucky, and they have an owner's suite where you're actually eating in the owner's office.
Oh, that's
It's
pretty
really cool.
cool.
Like his desk is right here. There's 2 tables sat up right next to you, and you're literally in there. It's a private room. Fits about 20 people.
Nice.
You could probably do 15 to 20 in there, but definitely if you go down there,
Yeah.
ask for that. It is
Okay.
And the food is amazing.
Pretty good. I might have to talk to the owner of Garozzo's about an influencer meetup up top. If he just had a few of us up there maybe one night for dinner.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So
It's
how
like, great.
do you get to are the restaurants at this point in time reaching out to you, or are you reaching out to them?
It's kind of a mix, you know. So most of the time, a lot of these businesses are reaching out and they're like, hey, will you come out and get some videos of our business? We're trying to promote it. So I'll go out and do some of those. Again, my travel content started just because I liked traveling. So for me, if you want to pay me to post videos, great. But for the most part, I'm already going places anyway. So I'm gonna pump out content whether or not. But you'll notice most of my videos are like top areas. Those are places where I'm going on my own free time. I'll throw them all into one reel. But if a place wants me to come out directly and do it, then I'll post them individually. So that's kind of how you'll see it. A lot of the influencers in the area, they'll work with businesses, whether it's paid or not. For the most part, it is paid content.
What's an influencer getting? Are they getting a free meal? Are they getting money? Are they getting what? It just depends on, I guess, their audience.
It just depends, you know, what you're networking for. Like some might say, you know, it has to be paid. For me, for example, I'm reaching out to hotels in Kansas City for my birthday and saying, you don't have to pay me to post, but can I get a night stay and I'll post in return. So some of those things might work that way.
Hotel Indigo, right out the front door. They've been great to work with. We put all of our speakers up at that mastermind right there. I mean, that in terms of that, everybody loves it. Staying there. Also, Hotel Ambassador. That's owned by a local guy.
Okay.
Jason Swartz, Sunflower Development. They might be down for something. They have I know we talked about last time was Lonnie's Reno Club. That's where Lonnie's Reno Club is.
That's right. I still need to go check that place out.
If you do not go, we have you on again.
Okay.
I'm just going to cancel. I'm going to call first time. I'm going to say like, Rebecca, have you been to Lonnie's Reno Club? Because I want to invite you back. And if you say no, I'm going to be like,
did you go to the Majestic?
Mic drop.
That was me hanging up on my end too, by the way. Okay, so Lonnie's Reno Club.
Yes.
The Majestic.
You
heard it here. Becca and Troy's top 2 places.
Yeah, no, that is like on Broadway, I think.
It's right there. Yeah,
I
right
can't
on Broadway.
miss it. They're not open during lunch.
Yeah, it's a romantic spot to go to, you know, not for lunch, but.
So take my wife.
Bingo.
Take her to the Majestic. Yeah, that's okay. I guess let's wrap up with that. Top best steakhouses to go to in Kansas City. We used to have the stock exchange, the literally livestock exchange down here in the West Bottoms. We're known for cattle. We're known for lots of meat. Where's the best steaks?
Oh my gosh, I just said it. And I don't want to say it again. I feel bad, but I got to say the Majestic again.
Okay.
It had the best peppercorn fillet that I have ever had. I'm huge on peppercorn fillets. I think they're great. McCormick and Schmidt's is also very good too. I'll be honest, I haven't been to too many steak places.
Okay.
I really need to check out more. What are some that you have?
Okay, so the places that you mentioned, obviously, I have not been to either. What was the second place you just mentioned?
McCormick and Schmidt.
Yeah, I've been to that one in Seattle. They're a national brand. Capital Grille's a national brand.
Capital Grille's good too, yeah.
I actually like this place. I just can't remember the name of it. It's right down on Main Street by the library over there. Stock Hill.
Stock Hill
is one of my favorite places to go. And they have a great steak there too. But truthfully, you're in the Midwest. I'm going to tell you my favorite steak place. Go and buy a half a cow and save yourself some freaking money. And the meat that you're going to get from that half a cow is going to be the best meat you're going to ever have.
Yeah.
And if you are coming here from a different place, I would say like there's this other place, the Chop House.
Chop House.
Is known for
good
steaks.
things.
Capital Grill, national brand, trusted. I go there. I've been to that restaurant a lot.
Yeah. Hereford House. I've heard good things about Hereford House. That one's good too.
Yeah, I have not been there. I will tell you, I'm going to tell you one of my favorite spots in Kansas City, just in general, that I don't think you've mentioned, and because it doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm going to give you a couple of my favorite spots in Kansas City.
Let's hear it.
All right, Winstead's.
Winstead's. Okay.
All right, Winstead's.
Okay.
If you're an economical person, they got a $4 cheeseburger with fries, chili, great service. It's a staple. It's like you walk through the old drive-through. Jimmy John's? No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. The other one, I would say...
Not coming from Las Vegas saying Jimmy John's in Kansas City. I'm just kidding.
Town Topic.
Okay. Oh, Town Topic.
Was like my go-to. When I used to come here, I'd usually fly in late at night. There was nothing else open but Town Topic. They've got 2 locations right next to each other.
Okay.
And that is a good burger joint.
Very good.
And you see a lot of drunk people there at night. But
you'll probably see me there next Saturday after Up Down because it's right next to it. Get that triple cheeseburger. It's big.
I'm with that. I'm with that program. Yeah. So, how do people follow your journey, and what's next for you? Like, where are you headed?
All right. You can find me on just about any social media platform, mainly Instagram, TikTok. We're trying to get there. We'll see you one of these days. The things I post about: travel, dining, unique stays, unique places. Originally, again, it kind of started off with international travel, nothing really mainly in Kansas City until COVID hit. And then I started posting more of Kansas City type of content. So mainly Kansas City and the world. But yeah, just about on any platform. But if you're looking for cool places to eat and stay around the globe, check out my account. I also... upcoming trips. I guess I'll be going to Mexico City in a couple of months.
Awesome.
That's fun. I've been to Mexico a couple times.
Love it.
But Mexico City, go into the heart of it. I'm going to learn how to make churros in an actual household down there. And
did you get invited?
Didn't get invited, but I'm going to stay at a hosted hotel down there. So that'll be fun to promote later. But yeah,
I love Mexico. That's like probably where I'm going to end up living when I retire.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I've been to Mexico City to the airport. I have not been actually to the city itself.
Yeah.
But there's 28 million people that live in that city, so you should have a really good time.
Yeah, we'll see. I've been to some pretty densely packed areas, like Bangkok, Thailand was probably
I love that place.
The busiest hub.
Soy Nana. Remember Soy Nana?
Oh, yeah.
That's where I stayed.
Oh, really?
Oh,
okay.
yeah. The Sofitel Hotel is walking over people to get to my hotel. Like, literally in Thailand, in Bangkok, Thailand, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you are walking over people who are sleeping on the streets.
Yeah.
Like, lady boys, every single thing you want to see. You can't tell the difference. When you go to Thailand, you're going to see a bunch of old guys walking around with young girls, right?
Never know, yeah.
Or young boys that look like young girls.
Never know. You never know. I came back with this cool idea, and if someone takes it, cool, fine, whatever. But I fell in love in Amsterdam with their hole-in-the-wall little spots you walk up and you can get little cones of French fries with different sauces. And I'm like,
sauces are amazing.
I'm like, that's such a great business idea in Kansas City, like a little food truck that has like frites with different sauces. I think that's a great idea. There you go. You heard it from me. Amsterdam food truck in Kansas City.
Yeah. So we're just to give you my travel itinerary because we love to travel. So we're going, and you're a girl, you're going to like this. So we're flying in to Barcelona.
Okay.
We're going to Barcelona. From Barcelona, we're going to go to Sevilla, which is how Kansas City was designed.
Oh.
If you know, J.C. Nichols bought the plans for Sevilla, Spain from Sevilla and designed Country Club Plaza exactly like Sevilla, Spain.
All right.
That's why we're going there. Then we're taking a train and we're going to the Rock of Gibraltar and taking a ferry over to Morocco, Africa.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Staying there for 1 to 2 days and then going up to Lisbon, Portugal, hanging out there for 3 or 4 days, and then flying into Amsterdam, and then going and ending up in Zurich, Switzerland at the Taylor Swift concert.
Oh my gosh! Wow, you've got that's a cool itinerary. You got it all down. Taylor Swift, T-Swizzle.
I'm not going unless my daughter doesn't behave.
Is that a thing? What's the motto for that? T-Swizzle and Switzer? I don't know.
I think that
needs to be.
I think that Taylor Swift is probably the best businesswoman of the of her time, better than Oprah. She'll pass Oprah.
Yeah.
She has got people like, I mean, how much are the concerts? They're just crazy.
I couldn't even go to the one in Kansas City. I was like, unless if I'm getting this ticket like 50% off, I'm not going to it. Yeah.
How do people, vendors who are listening to this, entrepreneurs who are listening to this, they want you to come in and make content for them. How do they get a hold of you?
Get a hold of me. Reach out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Just give me a message. My email's on my Instagram too. But yeah, if you want me to come in and get some videos, let me know.
Cool. I'd love to have you come into the next mentorship. I think you'd have a great time. So let us know if you want to come. Tickets on me.
Okay.
If you're trying to get into real estate, I think it would be helpful for you.
All right. We got one house ready for the next. Let's go.
All right. Cool. Appreciate you coming on.
All right. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Peace. Have you ever wanted to start investing in real estate, but you just don't have the time? You don't have the ability to get started, but you got the capital, right? And you want all of the advantages that the capital offers you. Well, I started a fund and you can invest with me and my team. In fact, I'm in one of the buildings that I bought using my own money, but you could invest and actually get the benefits of investing with me and my team. Well, you got to be an accredited investor. And you've got to go to our website. I'll include the link in our bio, and you could start investing with us. It's super cool. We're going to do a lot of cool projects in Kansas City and around the country, and you'll be able to be a part of it. Make sure you give this podcast a 5-star review, share it with a friend, and take action.